Okay.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Geeks Around. I am your executive producer, DeAno Jackson. Of course, we are here to talk about episode 605 of Game of Thrones, The Door, which you should hold. Let me just go ahead and introduce the rest of the panel before we get started. Going to start things off with Lou Rod. What do you think of this episode, Lou?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've liked what the season's been doing so far. No bullshitting, taking no prisoners.
Yeah, it's like I think the pacing is a lot better in this season than it's been in past seasons. Made the entire thing a hell of a lot more entertaining to watch. Charles, what do you think?
I loved the episode. I thought it was great. There were just so many good things that happened in this episode. And DeAno, I have to ask you a favor. Can you hold the door?
Is that just gonna be a thing now? It's like all Game of Thrones fans like can be saying to each other, "Hey, hold the door." We just made a Game of Thrones reference and no one knows what we're talking about. I mean, is that seriously where we're at right now? Really?
Oh, don't worry. It'll die down just like the whole "I used to be an adventurer like you until I took an arrow in the knee." It's
Thank
gonna
God
die down just like
died
that.
down. Holy shit!
Yeah.
It got to the point where if one more person said that to me, I was just gonna hit him. It's like it'd just be a gut reaction. It's like it would have been it would have been like like a reflex, like when you go to the doctor, they test your reflex, they hit you on the little hammer, and your leg comes up. It would just been a thing. I used to be an adventurer like you. Bam! Oh damn, my bad. Damn. Because already is like because this week is like Game of Thrones is on Sunday. It's like Monday is the only day of the week that I've worked so far that was after Game of Thrones. You want to know how many times I heard somebody saying "hold the door"? I stopped personally counting at 25.
And it's gonna continue on until maybe the triple digits.
Oh. That's just depressing, but it's like, so in this episode we finally learned exactly what happened to Hodor in order to cause him to be Hodor, and it's like a lot of people were getting all mad. It's like, they're just making this up. It's not in the books. Yeah, George R.R. Martin confirmed this is actually what happened.
Yep.
He hasn't written it yet, but this is what happened.
And this was surprise number 2 out of 3.
It's like this episode definitely saw some surprises. Lou, break down the next one.
The next one we won't get until the series finale.
Mm-hmm.
And that just makes me wonder that, okay, who we think might be ending up on the throne won't end up on the throne.
Yeah, it's like we got lots of times more twists and turns.
One of those shocking twists where you're like, oh shit, it's this bastard? Fuck. Okay.
Okay, all right. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but the thing is, throughout the entire time that I've been watching the show, I've only suspected it to be one of two people.
The entire time he's been watching this show, that's like what, 3 months?
Yeah.
You make it sound like this epic time period has gone by. It's like, for those of you in the audience that don't know this, Charles just started on the Game of Thrones bandwagon and binged watched everything pretty much before we started doing live shows for this season.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I had watched seasons 1 and 2, and then I was pretty much behind all through season 3, 4, and 5. And then thankfully my friend Lou here was able to get me those 3 seasons so I can get caught up over a 3-month period. Yeah. But
anyway, go on.
Yeah, but my theory originally was that it was either going to be Jon Snow or it was going to be Daenerys Targaryen. It was going to be either one of them. It wasn't going to be anybody else.
And watch it not be neither one of those two. Because
if it's not going to be either one of them, who's it going to be?
That's the surprise.
I wouldn't be surprised if it were Tyrion Lannister.
Tyrion or even Littlefinger.
Oh God, I hope not Littlefinger. Littlefinger is a bitch. He's an untrustworthy bastard. Yeah, but Tyrion, I would be completely cool with Tyrion being on the Iron Throne. I'd be completely fine with that.
I started season 1 again, just for the hell of it, and I started paying a little bit more attention, where Littlefinger was the most conniving, manipulative bitch around. Tyrion was funny as shit with some of the things he said early on. If you go back and you rewatch, it's like he's seen this shit coming from a mile away. The Queen, she had Ned Stark's number from day one, and he just never saw it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because like he was so locked up in his system of honor and whatnot, it's like he couldn't understand that not everybody has those same sensibilities that he does. It's like, in other words, like, I mean, these people are fucking devious,
Yep.
and he's just not getting it.
It's been fun watching it from the beginning again. When
Oh,
you
yeah,
already
it's
know
like
what's
when
going
you
to
know what's
happen
coming.
and you see it there, you're like, okay, I'm going to sit back and pay more attention and see what I missed the first go round. And it's like, oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, for real. But here, let's go back a bit. It's like I wanted to kind of discuss the significance. It's like, I mean, because it wasn't just, oh, here's how Hodor became Hodor. It's kind of a matter of, holy shit, Bran's visions, he actually can affect the past. That was new.
Yes.
Well, didn't we already suspect that? Like, it was either last episode or the episode prior to that, where he was witnessing his young dad killing that like expert swordsman, and then he screamed "father," and then he slightly turned like he heard something. And I thought we'd been suspecting that since that flashback.
Yeah, it's like we got a massive hint to it at that point, but this was more of a confirmation. It's like in a very, very big way, and moreover, the fact of like, you know, his effect of the past is like, I mean, that's the way that always been. It's like, it's not like like it was some Back to the Future shit where we see, okay, here's how things are, then he goes back and affects the past, and oh, now everything is different. No, it's like, because as long as Brandon's been alive, Hodor has been Hodor. And it's like, and he didn't know that he was responsible for Hodor becoming Hodor until right now.
Now, here's a question, because this was brought up when we discussed it on Sunday night. Do you think the three-eyed raven was Bran from a future preference or a future stance? Because history's repeating itself, and they're trying to find a time loop to correct history.
Are you talking about like literally Bran, or his era's version of Bran?
A little of both.
All right, because if you're talking about a literal Bran, then that would imply time travel, and I really, really hope that they don't pull that shit in Game of Thrones.
So that's where it looks like it's going with these little flashbacks.
God damn it! Look, time travel doesn't work for this kind of shit. It doesn't.
Yeah,
It's
like,
fucking
I mean,
fantasy.
I'm okay with them doing a little bit of it like that, but it's like when they start getting too much into it, because like, I mean, those like this instance to me is okay, because it's just explaining how something that we already know, that it's explaining something that already had happened. It's not like, you know, going, or like we're not like getting into like, you know, the Flash kind of shit and have all these alternate universes and shit like that. And, you know, oh, and by the way, it's like, I'm not going to be in y'all's Flash's discussion a little bit later on this evening, but I will say, pretty point blank right now, Season 3 is Flashpoint.
Thank you.
Season 3 is Flashpoint.
We didn't know what you're getting all pissed off and shit because of the ending. Dude, it's setting up the goddamn anime cartoon in some parts of the comic.
Yeah, totally Flashpoint, and I can't wait. But getting back to Game of Thrones, y'all can tell Matt I said it.
Did you like the creation of the Night's King?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, and that was also interesting. It's like, I mean, who knew it was them that were responsible for creating all of the White Walkers.
And I said this Sunday.
Children of the Forest, seriously?
So, you little guys created the Night's King and didn't have a fucking answer on how to destroy him, if need be?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's like they created the atomic bomb and didn't know how to control it, essentially. They were at war with the First Man, and they got so desperate they accidentally created the greatest enemy.
This world's never seen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do technically know how to.
Yes, and Mass Effect, to put another example on it. That's essentially the same thing that happened here.
Yeah, but we do know how to kill White Walkers. Valerian steel and dragonglass. Those weapons made from that can kill White Walkers.
You seen any Valerians around?
Yes, Charles, that is true. But let's think back. She created this monster 1,000 years ago to help contain man. You would have thought she had deep down in her background, like, okay, if this bastard gets out of hand, I should know how to control him and end his life. No.
Mm-hmm.
He just created a fucking army so big, man can't control. And there's not enough Valerian steel and dragon glass out there.
Exactly. There's just not. It's like there's not that many motherfuckers that have Valerian steel on them. It's just not a thing.
Plus, the war with the first children and first man was so long that, it's hard to actually come up with that stuff nowadays.
We need to go back and look for that dagger that Ned Stark had that tried to kill Bran.
Mm-hmm.
The Valerian steel dagger. That bitch has been gone since season 1.
Yep.
We know Brienne has a sword of Valerian steel because they melted down Ned Stark's sword.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, Oathkeeper is half of that sword, and it's like, who has the other half? Is it Tommen that has the other half of the sword, or?
I think it's Jon. I know Jon Snow has a Valerian steel sword.
Wasn't it given to Joffrey?
Yeah, it's like I know Joffrey had it. Joffrey had the other half of Ned Stark's sword. Yeah, Brienne had Oathkeeper. Joffrey had whatever fucking idiotic name he called his. He had it, but what happened to it after that? It's like, I mean, I would think that it's like after his death, it would have Tommen would have inherited it. That's just what I think in my head. I can't confirm that, but
do you think it could have been married with him?
Also a possibility.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
I'm gonna go with that. It was buried because that's probably what they did. Buried you in your armor and your sword because that symbolized your manhood. He never killed nobody with his sword because he's hid behind a wall like a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's always history for you.
Here, let me ask y'all something right quick. To move on a little bit. Am I the only one that's just really bored? That got really bored of anything that happened on the Iron Islands?
Yes.
None of that interested me at all.
I didn't care at all.
Well, it didn't. I wasn't bored with it, but after finding out that happened actually earlier in the books, and we're now just touching on it in season 6, which I understand pace-wise, it probably makes sense to touch on it now versus earlier, but they could have shortened it down.
I mean, it's there and all, but we have. Go ahead.
To be honest, what I got from it, the whole moot trying to decide who's going to take the the new what's the drowned throne, the salt throne, yeah. That I didn't particularly care about, but there was the moment where I guess their army was split, where one side sided with Theon and his sister, while the other side went with their uncle. Is that what happened, or I mean?
Dude, did you see they took all the ships? She got more than half the army.
Yeah, but he can build a better ship, he says.
Yeah, like theoretically, how long does it take to build a ship, especially out of wood? It's going to be
some time.
Longer than it takes the dipshit to say, cut down every tree and build me 1,000 ships.
Right. I mean, that whole storyline itself, I didn't really care at all, because got so many good stories going on in Westeros and everything else like that. Adding this to the mix is like, who cares? Who really gave a fuck? I'm just saying.
Okay, well then my question is that where is Theon and his sister going?
That is the $1 million question.
Yeah, they could be they gotta see a mother of dragons first or somewhere else.
To be honest,
thanks for narrowing that down, Isaiah. Yeah, they're either going to go see the Mother of Great Dragons or they're going somewhere else. Thank you.
Wow.
He's nailed it down to literally everywhere in the fucking world.
My theory. All right. Here, let me just do my theory real quick. I think my theory is that they're going to take their uncle's plan and use it for themselves. So they're going to go to what's the name of the continent where Daenerys Targaryen is currently?
I just said this too, by the way.
We're pretty much. I wasn't paying attention to what you said, so it doesn't fucking matter.
See what I mean? This is a bad relationship.
So I think it's far more likely that Theon and his sister are going to wherever Daenerys Targaryen is to help.
The Marine?
Marine is the city. It's not the continent.
Dude, they're going to Marine. Let's be real. Fuck the goddamn name of the continent because no one cares about a continent.
That's like,
that's true too.
Well, by me, Marine is like, because Marine is where Tyrion is right now.
Yeah, Daenerys. Who knows
where you're talking about? Or are you talking about like lower on the islands with fucking shit? What's the name of the lower area there? I forget. The place with the sand sticks.
Doran.
Yeah.
Dorne, yeah.
Thank you.
Dorne.
Look, there's two theories that they could be doing. A, going to help Daenerys, or B, trying to help Jon Snow.
I would go with A.
To be honest,
that's the beauty of not having a book to tell us.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm just saying I would go with A though because it sounds a little bit more closer than John.
Yeah, that brings up this question. Where is George Martin working on the next book? Like, is it going to be coming out anytime soon?
Don't know.
Extra R. You know 100%.
This was brought up Sunday as well because we brought up the same topic. He might be afraid to drop the books now while the show is running and could be waiting for the show to finally finish, then drop the final 2 books. Because then there's no comparisons, and then if he wants to retcon something, he has the option to do it where it doesn't affect the show because the show's already finished.
Possible.
Not to be the dick in the room, but he could die. He could die before the end of the show.
Well, that is a possibility, but hey.
Yeah, there's always possibilities. Life is always.
For all books could be done.
I'm knocking on my wooden desk. I'm knocking on wood in the hopes that he doesn't die, but still, he is pretty fucking old.
Damn.
Like I said, he
That's a good point.
both books done.
Damn, dude, that was like, wow.
Well, what did you say, Lou?
He could have both books done. He just doesn't want to release them yet. And if he did happen to pass away, well, whoever takes over his estate will see, hey, look, we got the books done. We can make more money.
Yeah,
well, he could probably say, like, even if after he dies and both books are already finished, don't release the books until after the show is done. Those could be like his final wishes or something.
Who knows what his true wish is? I mean, he could be sitting in a room dreaming of
this actually went very morbid very quickly. So
this is you're the one who brought it up.
Yeah, it's
all my fault. Yes, I understand that. Let's move the fuck on.
Well, all right, let's go back up to Castle Black. Let's go to Castle Black because this is right now one of my favorite stories going on with the return of Jon Snow and kind of deciding how and who they're going to use to help take back Winterfell. It's like I just want Jon to kill Ramsay Bolton so bad. That would make me very, very happy.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
As a matter of fact, it doesn't even have to be Jon. I don't care if a tree falls on the motherfucker. I just want him dead.
Yeah, same here. Like, I like the character, but he kind of does that. He needs to die so bad. He's just so evil. Really evil.
So you just sat there and said you like the character.
Yeah, I like him.
Well, yeah. It's like, I mean, okay. It's like I agree with Isaiah. It's like in the sense that the actor's doing a really good job of making me hate this motherfucker, and because since he's the villain, that's kind of his job. We're supposed to hate him. So the fact that we do means, hey, you're kicking ass.
Right.
But I really want him dead.
Same here.
And you know what? I just started season 2, and Joffrey's cynical ways. Him and Ramsay could have been brothers.
Ramsay would have killed him.
Yeah, Ramsay would have killed him.
Okay, Ramsay would have killed him eventually. But
Ramsay would have killed him pretty fucking quickly.
Remember he slapped Joffrey in the room with all the workers there. And Joffrey just looks at him and goes, what you just did is punishable by death.
Yeah, but...
And he busts out telling her, don't you do it again. You do it again, you will die.
Okay, well, see, Joffrey was...
The pussy.
No, he was actually. But he was a sadist, and he was definitely a sociopath. He was on the path to getting to be a psychopath, but he wasn't there yet.
Right.
Ramsay's there.
He doesn't care.
He's a full-fledged psychopath. He does not have emotions. He does not have feelings. He does not have loyalties.
Actually,
He did have feelings.
No,
Ramsey
he doesn't.
cares for his one chick that ended up dying. He cared about her, but since she died, he's like, well, she's good dog food. Feed her to the house.
Psychopaths
Yeah,
are
sure.
good at pretending to have
Really.
feelings and using emotions to manipulate others. They can do this easily because they don't have emotions for themselves.
Plus,
And he's doing a really good job of portraying that because
plus, if you see their flag, it's like yes, they have skinned people on their flag, and you hear from the people saying like, yeah, they want to fight him because if they lose, their child and their wives and everyone else are gonna be skinned alive, and you not see what happens when they do with people. It's like fuck that shit. So they need more than the army. They need a lot of people to help him defeat the Boltons because it's not gonna be an easy task. It's gonna be a hard as hell task.
And you know what? Since I have started over, Rick Kahn's dire wolf wasn't brown.
Really?
Unless he grows up to be a full-fledged brown wolf, his dire wolf wasn't brown. Neither was none of their wolves were brown. They all had a light shade to them.
uh-huh.
So
Yeah,
that wolf, it makes you think that house is going to be the double agent.
Interesting.
Not impossible.
Remember, we lost a dire wolf this episode. We lost Summer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
another
right.
one. It's like we've
fucked
gone through dire wolves left and right in this season.
Right.
It's like
So far, there's 3 dead that we know of. Summer, Rob's, and Sansa's. That still leaves Ghost. That was Rick Compton. That makes 4 dead, but that's a toss. And
They're going out.
Arya's dire wolf, remember, she sent him away.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't know where he's at, or she. I don't remember if it was a boy or a girl.
yeah, I don't recall either.
But, yeah, it was like a lot of deaths in this damn episode, but I love the deaths. They were all actually on point, and it happened so fast, and it's really hard. You gotta watch it again, because it's like, what the fuck just happened? What just happened?
Yeah. Now
Well,
I've got
there
a question for the panel. Just real quick. I have a question for the panel. I want to know, why do you guys think Sansa lied to her brother about how she knew that the Tullys would have their back? She did not tell him about Littlefinger at all.
I think she knows that if she tells people about Littlefinger, how can they actually trust her when she took it from advice from Littlefinger? So she knows how to play the game. Now she does. So she took out one small detail and put her own details within the wording. It's like, oh yes, I know someone about that, X, Y, and Z. She just took out that one part because she needs Littlefinger. In fact, she hates him and wants him dead. She still needs him on the road because he knows how to influence people. He knows how to persuade people. That's why you just saw him like he was about to be killed by I'm gonna say her name wrong. Well, like Sansa's bodyguard, or whatever. But she needs him alive more than anything else. Your enemy, who is your key ally, needs to be alive, which is Littlefinger, because he has so much influence. It's not even funny. He has so much influence.
That's true. That's true. Do you think that he honestly did not know how psychopathic Ramsay was?
Yeah. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one.
Well, say yes and no, because yes, because he didn't know Ramsay would be this fucking insane, but no, that he knows the Boltons are crazy because they killed her family not once, but well, yeah, it's once and twice. So he knows they're crazy, but he knows they're that crazy enough to actually hurt Sansa to a full extent. Like, I mean, he felt guilty, like I know, but I don't know, so my bad.
I'm not sure. What do you think?
This is probably going to be the exact same thing Isaiah said, only more clear and understandable. Is that I don't think Littlefinger knows how psychotic Ramsay is, but I do think he is familiar with House Bolton's reputation. Being like with the whole symbol of their house, the flayed man, what they do to their enemies by skinning them alive. I am pretty much 100% certain that he is familiar with what they are capable of doing. But as for like Ramsay being psychotic, I don't think he knew.
I mean,
I don't even think he suspected it.
Yeah, because
Ramsay was in his own castle doing his own shit. Not too many people
Right.
knew he was around. So, I mean, I know Littlefinger has his ears in everything, but I don't think he had his ears in
That's
Ramsay's vicinity.
Right. Plus, if you were looking for your shoes, would you know about Ramsey off the back of your hand? You would know some, but not all of it, because
Not really, because he's no one important.
right. But what he does is it's so heinous that you know his enemies don't talk about it, because it's hard for him to describe how much torture and evil he puts them through. It's just amazing how he does it. Sad though.
Who was impressed by the new Red Witch?
I loved her.
Okay, all right. I have to. Yeah, she was pretty cool, but I have to ask, who the fuck said that she was younger than the other one? They look roughly around the same age.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
This girl looks like a teenager. The other one looks like an adult.
No,
I mean,
she
yeah.
doesn't.
You need
No,
to
she
go
doesn't.
You need to get your glasses checked.
She's smoking too much weed, and that's what happened.
No. This new fire bitch basically looks like somebody who is in her late.
Oh!
That's the oldest thing, but it still was so funny to me.
What? What are you guys laughing at?
This new fire bitch.
Yeah, it's like just right out there. Yeah, this new fire bitch was like, what?
He just said it so fast that we would catch on to it. It's like,
Oh.
like okay, we got to it.
The new
Oh,
like
fucking
servant of the Lord of
fantastic.
Light, whatever
The fire priestess.
whatever
Fire
her
priestess.
name is.
Yeah,
Fire
yeah.
priestess, whatever. You know, fucking, I'm gonna
It's
call
like-
her fire bitch,
oh.
okay? Fire bitch.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, but no, she looks like that she's somewhere in her late 20s to mid 30s, while the other one, the one that was at Castle Black, I can never remember her name. She looks to be
Melisandre?
in either her mid. She looks to be in either her mid to late 30s.
Boy, you need a new definition of women, my friend.
Yes,
Because,
you do.
boy, you're off
What the
big
fuck?
time. The new fire bitch looks like she's in, at best, her early 20s, where Melisandre looks like she's in her probably late 30s to early 40s.
That's
I see
actually
that
funny
too.
because Charles is actually right.
What?
The actress that plays, I'm trying to not call her the fire bitch now, thanks to fucking
The fire
Charles.
priestess. The fire priestess.
Yeah. Kinvara. I'm pretty sure that's her name. That actress, she's an Israeli actress. I've seen her in some other things. She's like 30, I think 33, somewhere in there.
Damn.
That I know for a fact.
She looks good for
Yeah, but she really...
Yeah, and
Go ahead, Whedon.
I was just going to say, and the actress that plays Melisandre, or whatever her name is, yes, I realized I fucked up that pronunciation. I don't care.
Say fire priestess.
I looked up the actress that plays her. Her name is Carice Van Houten, and she is either 37 or 38. But I know that the actress is in her very late 30s.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
she put the spider in his place.
Oh yes, that was.
That she really
amazing.
did.
That was-
I was
It was
like,
amazing.
damn.
The burning question is, what did the fire say? I want to know what the fire say.
So I. I mean,
What
the
does
look
the
on
fire say?
I knew someone was going to go there. I
Really,
fucking
really?
knew it.
really.
But
I fucking knew it.
so
But
did
that
you
was. I love. Go ahead.
have a little tear for that scene between Daenerys and Jorah?
No.
Yeah. Well, no. It's like, I mean, it's like those
It
two
was a
characters
little
were
touching.
so much. It's like, I mean, it kind of got me in the feels. I can completely.
It wasn't bad. It's that care that much. Like,
I wasn't really emotionally affected by that scene in particular. I mean, come on, he said, "Oh, I love you. I've always loved you," kind of thing. We all fucking knew that.
Well, yeah, it's like we've been
And,
calling him Sir Friend Zone since the first season.
Yeah.
And the fucked up thing is,
The scene in this episode that really got me choked up was the moment where we all know, hold the door. Yeah.
actually, no, that didn't get me.
I got choked up when
It was
that
more
music
touching.
started.
Wait,
Well,
let
that-
Charles finish.
Yeah, when that music started playing, when he was holding the door back and the White's arms and swords were grabbing at him and all that, and the music was playing and all that, it was very emotional for me, and I actually got choked up and my eyes started to gloss over. I was emotionally affected by that scene because, as far as I'm concerned, because of that alone, Hodor is a fucking hero. I mean,
Well,
he
he always
is a
was a
goddamn hero.
Yeah. He went out like a G. I'll concede.
Yeah,
to
I
that.
did.
I thought the other scene was a little more touching when Arya had to rewatch her father's death.
Oh, that scene was hard.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
That was a good scene, but it was hard for me to watch too. Like, damn, that's fucked up.
So
And then
you know
saw
what?
how
You got-
his father was portrayed. I was like, oh, damn, that's fucked up, dude.
I mean, I just
All
finished
right.
season 1, so watching that the other day and then finishing season 1 is like, damn, that's fucked up. That poor girl she lived through it because she was there, and now she's seeing it in a play depicted all the wrong ways because they made a joke out of the situation. But still, she went from having a nice grin on her face to like, I want to go on that stage and kill all you bastards.
Right? He's like, yeah, you're on my list. You're on my list. You're on my list.
The thing about that scene though is that you guys are gonna fucking hate me. Is that I fast forwarded through that entire scene.
What?
I'm sorry. I
You
could
know
not.
how Charles do. He gets uncomfortable watching something. He can't watch it.
But dude, you have to watch that scene. That's not a perfect scene.
I was not
But
gonna go through that
for
shit.
musicals. There was no singing.
Right. It was perfect scene.
But no, it's just whenever a scene, it's musicals and scenes like that, where it's pretty much a theater within. It's the same thing in Penny Dreadful, where they did the scene with the play in like near the end of season 1. That I couldn't watch that either. It's just scenes like that and scenes involving musicals I can't do. I just can't fucking do it.
You push play when the child had his ass sticking out and had 2 warts on his cock. That's when you started playing again, right? Because you wanted to make sure you heard that line.
Yes, I did hear that line.
That was disturbing.
I did hear that line.
Figured you would stop on a man's ass.
I pretty much pressed play again as soon as they went off stage and went backstage. That's when I pressed play.
You saw that cock, didn't you?
So what is it with you in stages? It's like, I mean, were you like sexually abused by a play stage when you were younger?
Right.
I don't understand.
Wait. Where did he touch you at? Show me the play doll. Where did he touch you at?
Yeah.
Isaiah.
Where did he touch you, Charles? Where did he touch you, Charles?
This is where he touched me. This is where he touched me. Okay, right here.
So he touched you on your cock. Okay, this is why you have warts, right? But aside from Wigan, I did like that scene a lot because, like Blue Rod said, that was a really hard scene we got done watching season 1. It's like, damn, that's really fucked up. It's like, man, because it was like this is how pretty much people. This is how history is always like changing, choosing by the victor. And you see pretty much how her family's being shamed over and over again. People just come off Starks left and right. It's like, what can she do about it at times? Like, man, it's kind of fucked up. What she can do more about it? You start looking at her eyes like, yeah, I'm gonna kill all these motherfuckers up in this motherfucker.
But honestly, I'm bored of Arya's storyline. They need to do something with it.
Really? You're bored of
They
it?
kind of got to pick it up. It's like, well, it's like I think they did a good job. It's like with kind of speeding up through all the training and shit like that, and kind of getting her where she needs to be as a faceless one. So it's like, I mean, I like that, but now it's like her storyline is kind of getting tangent, and I don't know where they're going with it. And the thing to me is like, I mean, like all the other storylines I could see in my head. It's like even back when they weren't connecting, how they eventually would connect, and now we're seeing the payoff from all of that. With Arya's storyline right now, I have no idea how that's going to connect to everything else that's happening, and everything else that's happening is more interesting.
So she's a wild card like that.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, she's just kind of out here doing her thing, and completely separate from that is literally everything else going on in Game of Thrones. All of this is somehow connected. Arya's shit is not.
You know what would be funny as fuck? Arya is over here on the east coast of everything. She'll eventually work her way back to Westeros to capture the Iron Throne. That's the final surprise.
That would be cool. That would be cool. I would accept that too.
So yeah,
Yes.
Arya Stark on the Iron Throne, murdering folks who get in her way herself.
Right.
That would be the
Mad
most
King.
shocking twist of all.
Spoiler
I bought
alert.
this shit, but it's mine.
But I know you guys talked about this too, about how the first children made the White Walkers. But I did some digging into that. It was actually really cool how the first man and the first children were at war with one another, and the only way they could actually quote unquote beat their first man was actually turn the king at that moment to turn him into the White Walker. It's like, okay, that's kind of cool. And I hope to dive in more into that that backstory between the White Walkers and the first children, because I see so much more going in there. Like, I can't wait to see more of it because it's really cool.
We don't know if he was an actual king, but since he was the first one, he gets crowned to be the Night's King. He could have just been some fucking Joe Schmo that they tied up and shoved dragon glass in him.
Actually, when I was still getting caught up on the seasons 3, 4, and 5, when I first saw the Night's King, I actually went to the wiki to look up his backstory. Apparently, he was basically the original leader of the Night's Watch.
Not the original. He was the 5th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.
Yeah, he was the 5th, not the original.
Yeah, and apparently he got turned into a White Walker via some woman, some female White Walker that he came into contact with, and he fell in love with her, and she turned him into a White Walker. Something like that.
Well,
at least that's what the wiki said.
Yeah. Isn't that just more better?
Wait. In that scene where we show the first children putting that thing in the guy's chest and turns him into a White Walker, are we sure that guy, that is the guy that becomes the Night's King? Are we sure it's him?
We don't know yet.
Or is it
well, we might see some more flashbacks of that character. We don't know yet. But it would be really cool though. We might see some more stories within that White Walker, how he became to be, or more so. Because with that scene all alone, Bran's story in this episode was so good. I want to rewatch it all over again because the flashbacks work well. Training him to be Three-Eyed Raven, so much more, and he fucked up so hard. It's like, really, Bran, you fucked up so hard. I know you're crippled and everything, but damn, dude, the White Walker touched you, and he already knows where you are. Idiot.
Well, Bran was pretty stupid because his curiosity got the better of him.
Yeah,
he basically wanted he went against the wishes of the Three-Eyed Raven. That's what he did.
You should have known better.
Okay, Isaiah, it's not that he should have known better. When you were a teenager, I'm pretty sure your dumbass got into something you shouldn't have did. We do things like that because we're kids. That's what kids do. We get in trouble. We do shit we shouldn't do. And then at the end, we have to suffer the consequence. And for him, the consequence was...
Yeah, that shit's normal.
But you're dealing with pretty much a dangerous force of nature.
Isaiah, this is a kid learning how to tune into his magical powers. So he's going to explore it. And he saw an opportunity to go into a world by himself. He's going to take it.
Yeah. Isaiah, you have the benefit of hindsight here because you know the after effects of it. If you were in the same situation, you'd done the same shit. Any of us would. I'd have done it.
So would I. All of us on this panel has done something when we were a younger teenager that got us in trouble, and we can look back and be like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. But I would have done it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, definitely.
No ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. So it's like I think you're being too hard on them because you're coming at this from the perspective of someone who knows what's going to happen after that. It's easy to look back after you see the results and be like, oh, well, this is really stupid. You shouldn't have done that. Yeah, it's because you know what happens. If you didn't know what happened, you just thought it was a good idea.
My big gripe with that because he wasn't fully trained yet to be the next Three-Eyed Raven. So that mistake pushed that timetable even further, and pretty much cost some friends' lives, like Summer and some of the first children, and sadly, you already know who I'm talking about.
Either A, when you were a teenager, you never left your house, so you never got in trouble, or B, you just don't understand the concept of trying to explore things on your own when you've got a talent.
Or you got a talent on a leash. But like a dog.
If you call us people with deaths, then I don't know, man.
Dude, he did it not realizing that was going to happen. He went into a zone not knowing if he was in the future or the past. He was exploring. What the fuck did Christopher Columbus do when he got on the ship? He explored.
Got slaves. He got slaves and did this and that. So yeah.
Dude, Isaiah, that is an
Moving
entirely
right
different
along.
thing.
What? He got slaves too up that beach.
All right, so we're gonna go
Different
ahead and kick into
conversation,
wild
dude.
speculation time. Yeah, it's like I'm not even going down that motherfucking rabbit hole.
Yep. No,
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I think we already did like the majority of our wild speculations during the course of this actual discussion. But did anyone have anything else they wanted to add before we wrap things up?
Yes.
I do
One
have a
last thing.
theory. I have a theory.
Okay,
I'm gonna
Charles,
go
you
before
first,
Isaiah
then
because
Lou,
it's
then Izzy.
yes.
Last and
No,
least
you go.
Izzy.
My theory is that when you were talking about like how Arya's story has not really been connected to everything else, and that it's pretty much been its own thing. To be honest, I'd say for the most part that is true. However, I think that once they finally reveal that it's going to be all connected, it's not just going to be connected to everything. It's going to basically be the linchpin that's going to hold everything in place.
The linchpin.
I really hope so, and I really hope they get there quickly. Lou, what do you got?
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing because honestly, what Whedon just said still just makes no sense. Because Arya's on the far side of the planet, learning how to be a fucking nameless person. I don't think her story connects to no one, with the exception of maybe going back to try to kill people. So right now, her story is
I think the Faceless Men have much more influence than they're letting on. And
I honestly don't think Arya will
And-
stay with the Faceless Men all that long. I'm hoping not.
Me too.
Because
Yeah.
like the tales of Arya the assassin is like, I mean, it's cool watching her become that, but it's like if all of her storyline is going to be after this point is taking this contract, taking this contract, taking this contract, that would make a good video game, not so much a subplot for a TV show.
Assassin's Creed.
it's
Nothing
not
is
Assassin's
true,
Creed,
Arya.
Isaiah. It's Dark Brotherhood from Elder Scrolls. It has to be.
I was thinking more one of the Hitman games, but you can
Whatever.
take
Never
this a lot of
played 'em.
different ways.
Okay, that's right.
Never played the Hitman
All right,
games, so-
Isaiah, get this shit over with.
It's not speculation, but what you guys
Hold
tell
that
me-
thought.
Really?
Isaiah, go.
Okay, so it's not really speculation. It's pretty much a question. When you guys first saw the revelation behind Hodor and the originality of it, what did you guys think of it first glance?
I don't know. It's like I don't think I kind of processed it all, right then straight away. It's like I kind of think about it. It's like because of the greater because like what Hodor actually meant and all that is like meant less to me than the fact that that Bran was able to reach back through time and have this effect. The fact that he could affect his visions of the past. It's like that's kind of my mind took that in a bunch of different directions. Like, I mean, if he can see these visions and have an actual effect on them and like, do things with it, to me that has ramifications that could mean a lot. It would explain some things, and I think that's intriguing. As long as they don't go too far into it and it turns into like, Back to the Future parody.
But I asked because people who actually saw that scene were actually blaming Bran for it. Like, well, things happen for a reason. This happened for a reason. It's like you can't blame Bran for that type of reason or blame Bran for everything else. Yes, we had that big discussion behind the White Walker, but that was a different scenario between like here, making someone become like Hodor, for example. That's not his fault. It just happens. That's pretty much what it's meant to be. He's meant to be Hodor. He's meant to save his friends like that. Nothing more, nothing less. And people just take it they take it the wrong way and blame Bran for that type of moment. Like, it's not his fault. You gotta blame the White Walkers. Don't blame him. Blame the White Walkers.
Well, look at it like this. If Hodor doesn't hold the door, they don't get as far as they're going to get next episode.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's what-
I mean, Hodor was in a position where he was damned if he did, damned if he didn't. Because, let's be real, even if he was dragging the sled, they weren't getting that much further.
No,
Right.
no chance.
Yeah, they was pretty much losing hope because those damn things were going
And
fast.
then I think Hodor got his redemption because, remember, his eyes turned white when he grabbed the sled. But when he started to get scratched and all that other shit, his eyes were back to normal. Like, his role was finished and he became a normal person again.
Right. I mean, it was a really good. That's why I love that scene so much more because he was not being controlled by Brand anymore. He's doing his own. He's being his own character now. He's being like, I'm doing this for my friends, and no one else is telling me to do this or that. That's why I loved it so much because he was doing it for himself and his friends, and that's pretty much why the sad part comes in where he dies for his friends. So that was a really big takeaway, but also a really good takeaway from everything else. And the funny thing is behind it is the people behind the episode, they actually had a talk with R.R. Martin. Like, where does the Hodor come from? Until he told them, that's what he put in the show. It's like, okay, that's really fucking cool. So, like you guys talking about the book, would that be in the book as well? There's a possibility.
Well, no, the bullshit about it is they fucking go on one of these late night shows and apologize for that scene. Why are you apologizing?
Well, I apologize. That's a perfect scene.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't get that.
The scene plays out the way it's going to play out somewhat in the book. This is what the man told you because this was surprise number 2. Surprise 1 being the death of Stannis' daughter. We won't get surprise 3 until the end of the series. So I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do for the end of the series because it's going to be one of those scenarios where we didn't expect this motherfucker on the throne. We wanted this motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah, it's like there's going to be some pretty big discussions that happen at that point. But here it's like we're going to go ahead and wrap up this week's episode. It's like we got a lot of those things to do this evening. It's like we've got the Flash Hangout coming up. But hey, it's like right now it's like we are 5 episodes deep into the season of Game of Thrones. 5 episodes left, and Geek's going to be with you every single step of the way at geeksandaround.com. Be sure to follow us on all our social media things. We're on Google+. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Geeks Around, and all of that. Also, be sure to join our brand new forums we have at Google Space. You can find that at forums.geeksandaround.com. And if you have anything for us, you can always leave a message on our voicemail line. That number is 801-609-GOTR. Again, that is 801-609-4687. Until next week, we are Ghosts.